A big thumbs up on the simple fact that I have a crazy true crime story for you guys. I call it mukbang and mystery. So if you like mukbangs and if you like true crime mysteries, click that thumbs up button. I'm gonna pray because I'm hungry. Y'all, this smells so good. I'm gonna pray so I can eat. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for the food that I'm about to receive. I ask that it may be nourishment to my body. I ask that you bless the hands that prepared it and bless my entire mafia. Amen. Okay. All right. This mystery case is a great example of karma is always going to spin that block. Okay. All right. So we're going to eat. We got some king crab in here. Yummy. Y'all want the first bite? There you go. Yeah, I'm so hungry. I ain't ate nothing. Oh, it's so good. We also got some prawns, corn on the cob. We got a lot of these shell knuckles from the king crab legs. I had like 5 of those. And I cracked all them bad boys open. And we got cucumber, lemon and lime, and potatoes. I would have had some boiled eggs in here. Y'all know boiled eggs, they go hard in a DeShell seafood boil. Oh my God. But there was only 2 left. And I cooked breakfast for the kids before I did this. Angel was like, I want some eggs. Oh, there, none of it. And she loves to cook. She cooks breakfast and dinner with me every day. So she be knowing how many eggs we got left. I couldn't even tell a little white lie that we ain't got no more. I actually did say we ain't got no more. She opened the refrigerator and was like, no, there's 2. Okay, let's get into the story. Y'all know I be having to eat. Ooh, them onions be everything in here. Y'all, look how good my water looks. I'm sorry, my dishwasher is on. I don't know why I did that right before I mukbang. Anyways, let's get into this story. So, there was happy family. Y'all know how that starts. Happy family, right? They was high school sweethearts. They was head over heels for each other. They was young. They decided to get married. I think they got married like 18. That's mad young. Like, you skipped out on all this fun that you have. I'm sorry. There's a single type of fun, and then there's in a relationship type of fun. She skipped the whole having fun single as an adult. But for hey, she was in love. So they got married and they moved to Tennessee, which is Tyler. That's the husband's name. They moved to Tyler's hometown in Tennessee. And then Shelly, who was the wife, became pregnant. And they found out
It was a little girl, and they were head over heels. Shelly was so happy. The family was so happy. Yo, this was so good. And so they found out they were pregnant with the little girl. They were so happy. Everybody was happy. This little girl was the light of everybody's life. Okay, so happy, 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 happy family. Fast forward 6 years later. All of a sudden, Shelly decides to file for a divorce. Things just wasn't working out, as Shelly would say. She wasn't calling everybody, telling everybody her business. She was just like, we are no longer compatible. We're getting a divorce. They filed for a divorce, and they seemed like a really good co-parenting team for the 6-year-old little girl. She started dating, and now she's seeing this single life she missed out on. So, oh honey, she enjoying herself, okay? She's having a good time. She's having fun being single, and she's dating, and then she ends up with a boyfriend. It don't take her long. She ends up with a boyfriend, and he was the opposite of Tyler. Her new boyfriend was reserved and quiet, you know, and Tyler was more like fun and comfortable. Now remember, everybody, Shelly's family has been knowing Tyler for a long time. So, of course, he would be comfortable and more outgoing than the new boyfriend. But Shelly just had this newfound awesome life. She was a teacher. Her students loved her. She loved her career. And she had this new boyfriend, and things were just looking up for her. Well, one day something was wrong with her apartment, so she called the maintenance man. The maintenance man was supposed to meet her. She was supposed to leave her job to come meet the maintenance man. Well, she never shows up. The maintenance man calls her job like, hey, I'm waiting. And the school is like, she's not here. The school calls Shelly's best friend and was like, hey, Shelly didn't come into work today. And also, the maintenance man just called and said she's not there. We haven't heard from her. This isn't like her to just do no call, no shows. Like, you know, so the best friend is instantly like, oh my God, what has happened? She calls the police. The police already has a report. They're like, somebody already called her in missing. And she's like, who? And she's like, her ex-husband called the police because Shelly never picked up the baby girl from the dad's house. They were co-parenting. They were sharing days. Well, it was time for, he said Shelly dropped off the little girl, said she'd be back, never came back. So the police is like, you know, they be like slow with it. They're like, we gotta wait. Well, they can't put their focus on a grown woman not showing up for work when there's this big fire that they're trying to put out. There was this big fire from a car. Somebody set a car on fire. And they're trying to put this car out. By the time they get to the fire, by the time they get the fire out, the car is like literally a skeleton. You can't get nothing out of this car. What police is like, it's probably an insurance job or somebody stole it. Like, they're not thinking, because they didn't see anything, like ain't no body parts or nothing. Somebody just set a car on fire. Little kids doing what kids do. Well, Shelly's family is giving the police a hard time. Like, why y'all dragging y'all feet? She missing. She would not leave her daughter. She did not run away. We're not even going to play that game and sit and play the waiting game and say maybe she ran away. But I'm going to do something about it. why, once they ran the VIN number, because the VIN number was the only thing that they could really know who the car belonged to, they ran the VIN number and it belonged to Shelly. So they like, okay, she's missing, her car is set on fire, and her family is going crazy. Now we have reasons to really dive in. So they start investigating. They interrogated the maintenance man that was supposed to come. They interrogated the new boyfriend. They interrogated the ex-husband. And everything seemed normal. So then they decided to question the little girl. And the little girl said, I was with my mommy and we pulled up to daddy's house. And mommy was in there for a long time, and then she walked out and she came and got me. And we walked inside of daddy's house, and mommy told me to go to my bedroom. And I never saw mommy after that. So all this time we been interrogating you, you acted like she just dropped her off and was like, I gotta go. But you never mentioned that y'all had a conversation such a long time that she left the daughter in there. The daughter came back into the house. He never mentioned none of that. So that was a big red flag to the police. So they decided to interrogate him again. This man, out of 151 questions that they asked him, he answered, I plead the fifth, 150 times. He only answered one question. And that question was this.
Did you have sex with Shelly on February 28th?
Yes.
What time?
On advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer in the grounds of the Fifth Amendment.
So, out of all them questions they asked, you refuse. You're telling me you refuse to answer, but you want to say, yes, we had sex? So you proud that you had sex with her right before she went missing? He said that proudly. Like, yes, we did have sex. But you show no remorse in her missing. Ooh, y'all, look at this crab leg. So, So Shelly's mom decided to fight for custody of the little girl. And she actually won. And the little girl ends up telling the police that Tyler was talking to his daughter about setting her grandmother, Shelly's mom, house on fire, and was going to try to get the little girl to do it, teaching her how to use matches and all that. And the police, they know how to ask kids questions to get the answers, the correct answers. And that's what ended up coming out. That little girl basically said, like, her dad was talking to her about setting her grandma's house on fire and was teaching her how to use matches so that she can be the one to do it. So they did end up giving the grandmother, Shelly's mom, custody of Shelly's daughter. But because they didn't have proof that Tyler may have killed Shelly, they couldn't arrest him. So the family, that didn't sit with them. So the family was like, okay, we're gonna hire a private investigator. We're going to hire an investigator so that he can help us figure this out. The investigator found a video from a corner store the day that Shelly went missing. There is a video of Tyler standing at the corner store's dumpster for several minutes. But you can't see what he's doing, but it puts him at a dumpster. But why are you at a dumpster? You have a house of your own. Whatever trash you have can go into your trash. Why did you go to the dumpster and you were there for a very long time? Why were you parked in front of the dumpster for a very long time? That's not the only thing that the investigator found. He found their papers from divorce. He pulled up that case, and during their divorce, a lot came out that Shelly wasn't telling anybody. Tyler was abusive to Shelly and yoked her around several times in public, put his hands on her several times in public, and Shelly didn't tell nobody, but she sure enough told the judge when they got a divorce. They was able to pull that up. The investigator found that. The third thing the investigator found was a 911 pocket dial. If that is not the grace of God sending karma to spin that block, I don't know what is. Tyler accidentally, how do you do that? How do you accidentally dial 911 in the middle of talking about the case that you are a suspect in? Oh my God, let me tell y'all, I'm gonna let y'all listen to it.
911. Hello?
And they know that I'm not going anywhere right now because I don't have living. They can't prove nothing. They want to come arrest me, we don't want to. Don't keep bothering me about that car and they're going to try to bust me with that. Did you get a call from this number here a couple minutes ago?
Yes, we had an open line from it.
What happens on that open line? Does it get recorded and stuff like that?
So what's going on is he's talking to his dad, and they are working on something. They're using tools and power tools on whatever they're doing, but they're having a conversation about Shelly, and that's why the dad was like, they ain't got proof. And that's why Tyler was like, something about that car is bothering me. I feel like they're gonna try to bust me on. Like, they're talking as if both of them know what had happened, but they're not specifically saying I killed Shelly. I mean, you might as well say it, but they didn't say it. But that's enough. Those three things is enough. But here we go again. Some things just seem like they don't work in your favor, right? Nothing ends up happening. Tyler was like, okay, they not gonna give me my baby girl? Cool. I gotta go though, cause it's looking real hot around here. It's getting hot. He moves away and he takes his money, gets another house, and he gets him a boat, a very nice boat. He finds this hot girl, he makes her his girlfriend, and things is looking up for him now. And she was head over heels for him. She was in love. He wanted to spoil her, so she really in love. And one day, she realized a name on his boat. And she was like, okay, honestly, I ain't gonna hold you, I forgot her name. Y'all know me, I be making names up. So we gonna call her Shelly. Did I really just say Shelly? Ain't that the girl's name? Okay, no. We gonna call her. We Why can't I think of a name? We're gonna call her Rosemary. Out of all the names, I choose Rosemary. Rosemary sees a name on the side of the boat, and Rosemary is like, what's that name? What does that mean? Yeah, what does that mean? You know, how you be like, my man's smart. I know it's something clever. What's that mean? Break that down. What that mean? And he's like, oh, that's my last name. Excuse me? Rosemary like, huh? He was like, that's my last name. She was like, you told me your last name was Cook. And he was like, oh, I was just playing. No, this is my real last name. She's just like, that's not funny. You don't joke like that, for one. For two, if you are joking, within seconds of joking, you say, nah, I'm just playing. My real last name is this. But we've been dating for some time now. And you've been lying about your last. Who lies about their last name? Oh, somebody that got something to hide. So let me put on my investigator glasses. That's what she did. She went home, looked his ass up. And what she found was that case. And she's like, bro, she pulled a Jasmine move, because this is me. The first thing she did was call her mom. Anything that happened, I'd be like, Mom. Like, I tell my mom everything. Let me find some stuff out. Mom. That's what she did. Mom, this man is a suspect for killing his wife. His mom was like, don't you ever talk to him again after you easily, smoothly get away from him. Get away from him right now. But be safe, be smart, and be strategic about it. But do not seem like you're gonna tell on him and just get away. She was like, all right, y'all, we don't listen. We don't listen. One advice so bad. She called this man. I need to talk to you in public. Cause you told me your last name and I looked you up. Just told on herself. He like, all right. Of course he denied the whole thing. He had a whole story set up for her. Of course he had a whole story set up for her because she told him what they was about to talk about. Why are we like this? And so, honey, he rehearsed that thing day and night until the meeting. And during the meeting, he made her believe that he ain't do it. And she believed him. She called her mom. And she was like, I'm sorry that I even stressed you out. He didn't do it, Mom. He didn't do it at all. I believe him, you know, because he's a smooth talker. He's very clever, because if he got away with the first murder, then he'll get away with mine. So she like, all right, whatever, daughter. Everything was fine. Honey, they was talking about marriage, okay? I'm in love with this man. He wanna marry me. So one day, it's Tyler, Rosemary, Tyler's brother, and his fiance. They decide to have like a boat party with just them, just an intimate boat party. And they get on this boat. Well, Rosemary was late, and Tyler wasn't liking that. Oh, you late? You got me looking silly? And he wouldn't let that thing go. By the time Rosemary got there, he wasn't talking to her. He was being rude and saying mean things. He started driving the boat very, very fast. And Rosemary kept saying, Tyler, slow down. If you hit a sandbox, you're gonna kill us. He was ignoring her. He was pissed off. How dare you be late? And he's just speeding that thing. he driving that boat so fast. He was just being so rude to her. She pulled a jazzy again. Mom. And he turned around. Oh, you want to call your mom? He took her phone, threw it in the water, threw her glasses in the water, and then threw her into the water. She like, okay, we're joking. He about to be like, got you. You know, he about to jump in and get me out. Babe, I was just playing. Let's wrestle. We're wrestling. And he jumped in all right. And he put her head in the water. And she came up for air. And he put her head in the water again. And she came up for air. And baby girl was fighting for her life. She ain't got to tell me. I know what was playing in her head. I know what was going through her mind. Was her mom saying, get away from him and do it smoothly and never talk to him again. And so she realized his pattern of giving her a little air and then pushing her back down. So the next time he gave her air, she screamed Tyler's brother's name, whose name is Andrew. Soon as she came up for air, she said, Andrew. And Andrew came around and saw what was going on. Andrew jumped in the water, put his brother Tyler in a chokehold until he let Rosemary go. They put Rosemary on a boat. They took her back to shore. She went to the police and they took him to jail. But the very next day, Tyler's mother bailed him out. Yes, honey. Yeah. You heard me. The mother came and bailed him out. That wasn't good enough for Rosemary. So she gets a phone call. She gets a phone call from the investigator. Because remember, he's been investigating Tyler. Well, he realized that somebody got a restraining order out on him. Reached out to her. They helped this woman go to court and everything. She went to court about it. And Tyler's family was standing stern behind his back. But the brother is a witness, right? And Tyler's family begged Andrew not to testify against his brother. Andrew's words was, I only owe responsibility to God and my children. I love my brother, but I have to tell the truth. And they went to court. And Andrew, when it was his time to testify, his truth, what he said, was what helped his own brother get put in jail. Because he told the judge, yes, he did have her underwater, and I jumped in to save her. And her exact words were, he tried to kill me. This man got 12 years for trying to murder her. And the reason why he didn't get longer was because the relationship was perfectly fine before that. So it wasn't premeditated or anything. They were fine before that, and it was just like an angry moment. So he only got 12 years. He has not served justice for Shelly because it is a cold case. It's still a mystery. They haven't found her body or anything. And I don't think they ever will, because he had help. For him to have that little girl at his house the day that she went missing, and for her car to be caught on fire 30 miles away from his home, for him to dispose of Shelly's body. Come on now. The little girl would have had much more to say. You ain't let that little girl in that room that long. So you definitely had help, probably from your dad. But he's in jail. So the part that sucks is that he only got 12 years, and Shelly's family will probably never get justice for it. but he is still doing time. And that's why I say karma always gonna spin that block. So if somebody do you wrong, don't even worry, because it look like they having a good life. Imagine Shelly's family, like, this asshole is living such a good life after he did my daughter so wrong. He did her so wrong, and now he gets to have this great life. Not no more. Not no more. That great life had to happen so that he can get caught. So it won't just be one word against his. It's several words against his. So, crazy, right? I didn't even eat all my food. It was good though. Y'all know I get to telling these stories, like, let me tell y'all, it be crazy. This stuff is real. That's why if you're single and you're dating, especially if you're a woman, the first red flag you see, don't try to paint it a different color. It's a red flag. Just walk away. And it's so hard. It's very hard, because you fall in love with the potential of a person just as much as you do them doing nice things for you. Or they're finally different than somebody else that treated you bad. And they seem so different. But a red flag can come in different sizes. And, you know, just know when you ignore it, that problem gets bigger and bigger. And you don't want to be in a dangerous situation like Rosemary, because she ignored that red flag. So yeah, that's it for today's mukbang and mystery. Post notification goes to... Thank you so much for having your post notifications on. Shout out to you for being the first to comment on the last video. If you would like a shout out, all you have to do is be the first comment on the next video. If you would like to see more seafood boils, or if you would like to hear more true crime stories, then click right here. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on so that you never miss another video, then click right here. I love you, and I will see you guys in the next mukbang.